Mayor, I'd like to call to order the work session meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for June 3rd, 2021 to order at 7 p.m. On roll call, council members Balistrary.
Here.
Fakori. Fasolo.
Here.
Golubek. Pellegrin.
Here.
Council President Wetchler.
Here.
Mayor Coletti.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Welcome once again. This time it's for our official work meeting. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey require at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now, therefore, be advised that meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing an annual notice in the Record and Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in a public place within the municipal building, and by notifying interested citizens. Notice was posted on January 8th, 2021, and published on January 13th, 2021. I'd like to open to the public at this point. Anyone from the public here to speak? If not...
Wait a minute, Mr. Freitag's coming up.
Oh, okay. Yes, Jeff?
Just one question. Regarding the website, from what I heard or read or whatever, the gentleman, or I don't know if it's a gentleman, the person who updates the website, they are incapacitated currently. Is that true?
I heard there was some problems there, Jeff.
Yes, things have been quite delayed because of an illness, so to speak. So that is correct.
Okay, now, no one else can enter anything on the website?
So how it works is I have access to enter items, but I cannot enter anything on the main page. Basically, what my access would be to upload our meeting agendas, any documents to the smaller pages, but I cannot create any links, I cannot create any articles, post any videos. So, I know our meeting videos have been a bit delayed, but unfortunately my access is very limited.
Okay, now, the service that I guess you purchase, is this a fee for service?
There's a monthly fee, correct.
Okay, now, is it just one person? I mean, they have...
I've only been in contact with one person, but I cannot answer for the company.
Okay, and this person's been doing this for a while. Because I know one time the person had gone away and they couldn't do it. So is this going to continue that way? I mean, usually a service, if you're going to provide a service, for instance...
We're very happy with his service. There's only been very few minor interruptions, and this is an illness, so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We can ask him if there's a backup person, but we're very happy with his service. He does a great job, and he's very responsive.
Oh, being responsive, I'm not saying, but if it's... What do you do? I would think that you'd want the service provided regardless.
Yeah. Mike, any indication on how long he's going to be out?
It's a sensitive topic, Mayor. I don't really think we should be discussing it
Well,
at an open public meeting about the man's health. So we can have a backroom discussion about that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Anyone else care to speak from the public? If not, I will close the public portion. Erin?
Thank you, Mayor. The first item we have on our agenda under discussion is item A, enforcement of borough code. So with that being said, I'm going to turn that over to our borough administrator, Mr. Foligno.
Thank you, Aaron. So we have a property that the building department's been receiving complaints about with respect to cutting their grass and maintaining the grounds of their property. They've issued letters, they've issued summonses. The people are not responding. The courts right now will not issue bench warrants, so it's basically tied up and we can't get any results. So if you read our borough code, if the mayor and council give the approval, we can have the DPW or a private contractor cut the grass, and we can put a lien on the property. So we need your approval to do that.
Okay, so basically, what I'm getting from this is that it is the responsibility of the resident, but they are not doing so.
they're not responding to our warnings, they're not responding to even summonses, and the court will not issue a warrant. So basically, the people, I guess, are aware of that, so they're calling our bluff on it.
Okay. Now, I know in the past, just one second, Sal, that when something like that has happened and we were forced to go in, whatever the fee would be, we'd eventually lien the house. Am I in the right, thinking in the right direction, Sal?
Yes, and that's what we're asking for, and the ordinance says the council has to approve that action. So we're asking for the approval of that action so we can move forward with this.
Okay.
If I may make a suggestion, Mayor and Council, I would like to, if possible, before you actually, you can pass an ordinance or a resolution doing so, but before you take any action, I would like to send the individual a letter myself as a borough attorney, and I'm going to probably be able to talk to this individual because I know him, and I think I can straighten it out without this kind of problem.
Okay. So,
Before you get into work, paying, and then going after him, I think I could probably circumvent that issue by
all right, so how does this work now, Mike? The timeline's going to be your first, you're going to see what you can do to resolve the problem. And then, at this point, do we okay the ability to go in and do it? This way, if it doesn't happen, he can move on it.
Let me put it to you this way, and this is what I would recommend. I would prepare the resolution for the action, subject to my giving the authority. This way, I've had the first opportunity to address it, and then if I feel that it's not working, then
Okay.
that's the process.
Okay. Council agreement?
But I think that would be,
All right. Now, Sal, we don't want to see you down there cutting the grass.
no,
Okay.
you will not.
Okay.
My son maybe.
Okay.
But I'll prepare the resolution in the meantime.
Okay. Moving along. Erin? B?
Okay, item number B under discussion has been pulled at the request of the Borough Administrator and the DPW Superintendent. So moving on to correspondence, just an FYI, our Borough Engineer, Alimo Group, put together bonding requirements memo in regards to the 456 River Drive development. And once those bonds are produced, they must be submitted to the borough attorney for review. So just an FYI for the mayor and council and also our borough attorney.
Any questions, council, on this item?
It's necessary that I review these things just like the developer's agreement, just like the easement, and so forth, so that I want to address that with the council later on.
Thank you, Sal.
Okay, moving on to resolutions. 3A, we have a few requests from our recreation director, actually 2 for part-time employees at the recreation department.
This is the norm, am I
Yes.
correct?
Yep, summer
Right.
help. Mhm.
Council, do we have any problem with part-timers at the rec during the summer? Moving along?
Okay, 3B is a recreation refund. Any questions? 3C is a fire department leave of absence for 12 months.
Is that the actual fire department or firematic?
It's the fire department, but it's a firematic leave of absence, but it's one of our volunteer firefighters, Mayor.
Thank you.
3D is a resolution in regards to our estimated tax bills that we do on a yearly basis, if needed. 3E is a tax department refund payment in error. Any questions? 3F is a standard redeem third-party tax lien submitted by the tax department. 3G is the fire department 2020 clothing allowance. Any questions there?
I just have a
Yes.
question. I just know we had situations in the past where some were supposed to be off that list. I know it says current. I just want to make sure that was duly checked into and,
As far as I know, it was triple checked by both our fire official, who's the fire department administrative aide, I always forget the title, and also by payroll.
Okay.
And it's actually a little bit delayed, so I know that they did triple check that.
okay, thank
That's
you.
a good point.
Would you like me to double check with them too?
That would
Doesn't
make-
hurt,
It
yeah.
doesn't hurt. It doesn't
Okay.
hurt. Thank you, Erin.
And then 3H, there's no backup, but our liquor license renewals are up. All the liquor licenses expire June 30th, so they would need to be renewed before that via resolution. So we'll put that on for June 17th. So far, there's only a handful that still owe the municipal fee, so it's looking good. I think we'll be able to get all of them on for June 17th renewal.
Question.
Yes.
Where the Twisted Elm used to be, I understand a restaurant coming in that does not have a liquor license. What's the status of that one?
So as far as I understand, there is no application for a transfer, and I believe that they aim to be a BYOB, so the liquor license is still in the possession of the owner of Twisted Elm as a
And-
pocket license.
So they don't have to do anything, they can just hold, they can do nothing?
They could do nothing. They've not been inactive for 2 years, so they don't even need a 1239 a special ruling, so it's just inactive for right now. Until they hit that 2 years, then they need to file a 1239 special
Thank you.
ruling.
Do we know when they are opening?
I do not. The last I checked in with building, they didn't have anything either, so, because we've been getting a lot of phone calls about it, actually. Yeah, so, I don't know. All right, Mayor, that's all I have on the agenda, aside from executive session, so, thank you.
Thank you, Erin. Council reports. It's that time once again. Councilwoman Basteri.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. The open gym at the Recreation is open from June 9th, the beginning, from 6 to 9. There will be a blood drive at the Recreation Center that is coming up, oh, I just forgot to write the 19th. Okay, thank you, Chief. June 19th from 10 to 3 at the Recreation Center as well. Movie Under the Stars will be June 27th at 8 o'clock at the Rec. You bring your own lawn chairs or blankets, so that'll be fun to have that opened up again.
No coolers though, right?
Hmm?
No coolers?
Hey,
Soda and...
sure, of course, soda, water,
Yeah. Okay.
all the good stuff. You know what, they didn't give me the movie here, so I'll get that for next week. I was just looking that up. But the rain date will be July 21st also on that. Summer camp is coming, and it begins June 28th. I believe the last I saw, there was only a few openings, so, but, you call the Recreation Center, and they'll update on
What's the
that.
number? Do we have a number?
Do we have a number? What is it? The phone number for the, I don't have that on me.
It's usually in 400s, right? Am I right?
The No. Oh, you mean, I think you said the
130?
phone number.
What am I thinking, 430? Is that outfit?
No.
Daycare? Maybe?
No, I don't think that's that high.
Okay. I'm
But I
sorry.
can get the number for you.
No,
though.
no.
I know we don't have all the buildings we usually have to house them. So the number is a little lower this year,
Right.
but that's why.
I think you're keeping it a little bit lower, right? Because they're just,
Because it's the first time.
right.
That-
But I'm going to say it's in the 100 and something, though.
I believe it's 130.
Right, okay, that sounds about right, yeah. Maybe we'll be up to 400 again one day soon.
Hopefully.
And that's all I have, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Shakib Fakori.
Thank you, Mayor.
I practice that every night before I go to bed. I want you to know that.
Thank you,
That's
Mayor,
just
of
before the
thinking of
prayer,
me
go
at
ahead.
night. I don't.
Well, I wasn't kidding.
Thank you again. So, I want to thank the Youth Committee for the flag raising of the LGBT community. Sorry I couldn't be there, but I heard it was a success. I just want to thank everybody that was involved. Thank you, Councilman Francisco. You did a great job. Chief, thank you. I heard a lot of nice things, so thanks everyone. The great Gandhi said once, no culture can live if it attempts to be exclusive. So I want to let everybody know that Elmwood Park is all-inclusive for everyone. We want everybody to come here, live here, work here, enjoy it here, play sports here. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are, what your orientation is, what color skin you have. We are all one. So that's what I want to say. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Shakib. Councilman Fasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start off by reminding the public that June 13th from 1 to 4 p.m., the Diversity Committee is hosting the Multicultural Festival at Borough Field. Join us for food, games, and entertainment. I want to commend the committee for all their hard work in putting this together, and I think that it's going to be a great success. For the Youth Committee, I want to commend them for a job well done in honoring our heroes on Memorial Day. They read a poem dedicated to the heroes. They laid down some flowers there and also read off the names of them as well. On June 1st, Elmwood Park raised its first ever Pride flag to promote the message of inclusion and acceptance in our community. And again, this was organized by the Youth Committee. It was attended by the Bergen County Commissioners and the Sheriff's Department as well, and they presented us with these commendations, one for the borough, one for the Diversity Committee, and also one for the Youth Committee. So I'd like to thank them as well for coming out. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Fasolo. Councilman Golubek.
I would just like to commend everyone involved in the Memorial Day services. Unfortunately, I had to work that day, so I could not join. I heard only great things about it, so I'm glad we were able to pull it off, all things considered. And also, very proud to be a part of the first Pride flag raising in Elmwood Park history. We promised the people that we would be progressive, and that this is just one small example, showing everyone in the town that we are inclusive, we care about everyone, and it was a proud day, I think, for all of us. So that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Daniel. Councilwoman Pellegrin.
Yes, VFW update. I want to thank everyone that came out on May 22nd to support the VFW community celebration. Although we were hoping for a bigger crowd, those who came had a good time. There was good food, good music, and good socializing was had by all. Thank you to Pastor Ron, Terry Sheridan, Mayor Coletti, and the council members, Chief Foligno, and the Elmwood Park PD, VFW committee members, Recreation Director Sean Warren, friends, family, and community members. If you were not able to attend but you would like to make a donation to the VFW, please contact Terry Sheridan at 201-791-1296. And then Residents Assistance Program update. The People's Pantry has been open now for a month. Many of our families and friends have made appointments and have come to the pantry to pick out items that they needed. To make an appointment or for more information on the People's Pantry, please call our RAP coordinators, Angela Fava or Dion York, at 201-796-1457, extensions 106 or 211. We have certain dates for appointments, but we never turn away someone that has an emergency situation. So if anybody's viewing this and they can't wait to those dates and there's an emergency for food, please always contact the two ladies and they will accommodate you. We don't want anyone to be hungry and we want to help everybody that needs help. Thank you. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you, Lorraine. Council President Wetchler.
Yes, the libraries, they're working hard at the library. Steve, the fire department, the gentleman, the inspector was over. There was a couple things that we were missing and that Alex, the contractor, is working on it. He's going to get everything completely done for Steve to come in to finally put the final approval on that. The elevator,
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, continue. I was going to ask you what
I
needed.
got the whole thing.
Yeah.
The elevator, the phone, Darren, he's working on that to get the phone hooked up for the emergency and everything else. That'll be a couple weeks yet. Let's see. Last night I went with the trustees over. We had two landscapers come to see about the trees that need to be cut down, that are dead and everything else that need to be taken out before. Mike, Tommy Barillo called you last night about the one tree on the street. That's really the public service, looks like, it needs to come down because God forbid if it goes on that house, it's the town's, property. So that was another thing that was done. Everybody's working hard. They have the books already on shelves. They're working there every day. Some of the employees from the libraries going over there and putting the books on the shelves, vacuuming, cleaning, and everything else. So hopefully within a month or two they should. We're hoping for the grand ceremony September. That's the first one. Okay, second. I got a phone call from the Elks last night inviting everybody, the council, the fire department, the police department, and any resident that would like to come on Monday, June the 14th at 6 o'clock. There's going to be refreshment serves over at the Elks right here on Market Street. And at 7 o'clock is when the program starts for Flag Day. They're going to have a ceremony. Please invite whoever would like to come, please show up. 6 o'clock for refreshments, 7 o'clock the program will begin for Flag Day. Next is, what do you call it? Shakib, I want to thank you for the shirts that you gave to the youth committee. Thank you for so much with everything. And Francesca, with you, with the youth, let me tell you, it's a blessing. Because let me tell you, you finally brought the high school and elementary schools into our town and not into our town, into our committee and our schools. Get involved, so this way they know, because we talked to a lot of the people, the kids, and they didn't even know about this council. They didn't know anything about this, how this town works. And now you're finally showing them everything that they can come out and see and be a part of everything. So this way, you know, they're not behind. So I thank you with that. The next thing I have, I'm sorry, is the homeowners. They're running a bus ride on June 25th to Pennsylvania. The cost is $40, but you're going to get $35 back in cash vouchers. Please call Linda Calabini at 201-966-7694. Make a reservation. Progress, Chief,
Thank you.
Mayor, everybody.
Okay, Councilwoman Ballesteri, you have
I'm
something to
so
add, please?
sorry.
I wanted to ask Terry, with the fishing tournaments this Saturday, right, for the VFW, can they pay it when can they go there and pay at the time? Okay, so they could pay right okay, so that's going to be by the marina then, 9 to 2 this Saturday. It's a fun time. My granddaughter did it for like 3 or 4 years in a row, so I hope people come and attend them and support the VFW. Okay, Mayor, back to you.
Thank
Mayor,
you.
Before you go, could I just bring something up? The garbage cans, I wanted to bring this up. The garbage cans along Market Street, they're all like breaking apart and like open all the time. Can we have those replaced or changed if we could have? I know, well, thanks.
Thank you. I just want to speak a little on the library. I have to say, I've spent 53 years in construction, and I'm very disappointed with the outcome there. I believe, especially now, with these small items, they should have been included in the original plan. And I think the architect has dropped the ball there. Now, why?
First of all, you had almost a year and a half of the COVID that nothing could be done there. Oh, sorry, Lorraine.
Are they extras? The doors extras?
There's no doors, it's the signs and, what do you call it? Signs that weren't put up that need to be put up, you know.
And fire labels on the doors? That's what I read.
What'd you read?
Some of the doors don't have a fire rating, and they have to be labeled. That's what I was told on an email coming from the inspector.
Well, I didn't get the email from the inspector.
Yeah.
I
So-
was speaking to the
so-
ones at
so
the library.
my point is
But
that all that should have been in the original plans by the architect. So I don't want to get into a ruckus over it, but I'm disappointed. Let me say that. And hopefully this isn't going to drag on much longer.
You want to go book shelves?
I'm
You want
sorry?
to put books on shelves? We'll get it faster then. You want to go help me?
That's not the problem. We need to receive a CFO in order to get in there.
But they're working on everything, Mayor.
They
They're
are.
working on everything, and there's nothing they could do any faster. Steve came over and said, this is what you're missing. 4 items that they were missing that could be done in a week. So it's not that's holding up. The telephone for the elevator's holding up, you know, and different small things that public service and everything else that has to come in and do, and the telephone company has to come in.
Doris,
It's
that's
not-
what I'm talking about. That should have been on the plans, that the elevator, even if it was an afterthought, needs a phone in the elevator, and it isn't there. So you can't blame the contractor too much on that one. You got to blame the architect.
Well, we were holding up on the phone. They didn't get the phone in. They can't do anything with the phone, you know, to the elevator for the phone until they have the phone in their hands. And then Daryl's going to hook it up within 5 minutes. Well, I shouldn't say 5 minutes. As long as it takes him a half hour, an hour. But he doesn't have the phone himself. He's waiting for it to come in. You know how things are at my office. I'm waiting for the big central air conditioner to come in. It's gonna take 2 months. You know what, how, and an office is gonna be for 2 months with 90-degree weather? But you have to wait for the parts. The parts are not coming in as fast as you want them to come in. The phone was ordered, it just hasn't come in yet. So there's nothing nobody could do, the architect, the contractor, anything else. Till it comes into the building and Daryl, you know, the guy can put it in and hook it up, then it's done.
Right, but that phone should have been ordered 6 months ago. If it was on the plans, probably the contractor didn't see it, whatever. Let's just get
We're
through
just
it.
trying to work it just so we can get it, Mr. Mayor, I
Yeah,
promise you.
no,
I
no, no,
promise you.
we're all frustrated, I get it, but I just have my reservations on the architect and somewhat on the builder too, so I'll leave it at that. VFW had their grand opening a little while back. I think it was a great moment in the sense that it was an organization that was affected by COVID-19, just like the other organizations in this town, and to see them back and running is a very good sight. It's a precious organization, and the way that the council, the mayor and council, and Mr. Foligno, we all came together to help the VFW, I think is saying a lot for the town itself, and the effect that if the VFW, God forbid, was never to open again, that would not be a good thing for this town. So that's a good thing. And last but not least, Memorial Day, once again, the planning for this had to occur 3 months ago. At that time, there was still, it was ambiguous, the signs coming from Trenton in regards to restrictions. We had to make decisions at that point, which we did do. A lot of it was on the fly as we were getting closer and closer. And I think considering all that and the fact that we had a pretty decent parade and ceremony, kudos goes out to let me start with Joe Mulligan, Terry Sheridan, Mike Foligno, the entire council, all the vet organizations, and Councilman Fasolo with his youth program. All of this made it possible. But those kids, that was a nice touch. Hopefully, when the organizations, the veteran organizations start looking into next year, which, by the way, Mike, I think we should call a meeting with them soon and explain to them that whatever they need from us going forward, they're going to get 100% from us. But I hope they incorporate those children, because that was a nice touch. That's all I have. May I have a motion to open the public comment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public here to be heard on any issue? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to enter into executive session? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss personnel matters and litigation legal reports, minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires that confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. Now therefore be it resolved that the public be excluded from this meeting.
Don't get me going.